Emily's List was founded 41 years ago to advance and support the political candidacies of women after a few hundred years of women being banned from elective office in America from the colonial period onward. Today, Emily's List posted this. When women raise the alarm, listen. Graham Platner's behavior is disqualifying, as we have said this whole damn time, and he should end his campaign. Joining us now is Jessica Mackler, president of Emily's List. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. What has it been like for you watching the evolution of this story from the first time women came out to make accusations about Graham Platner?
Thanks, Lawrence, for having me. And I want to begin first by acknowledging the women who have bravely come forward to tell their stories and note that they never should have been put in this position in the first place. We knew long ago that Graham Platner's behavior and his record was disqualifying, and yet we had to go through all of this, as you so clearly laid out, in order to get to this point. But it's been incredibly frustrating, I have to say, because we did know months ago that Graham Platner's behavior, his record, it was disqualifying in this race. And frankly, we're living right now with the consequences of a man who has an incredible audacity to think his past actions would not catch up with him, but also with people who take a real devil-may-care approach to candidate recruitment, who sought a vibes candidate at all costs, who overlooked time and again problematic behavior, and even argued that we have to overlook that behavior in order to win. And we are seeing right now that that was reckless and it was wrong, and it's far past time for Graham Platner to get out of this race.
What is, you have your own process in endorsing candidates. Does that include vetting or some sort of examination of vetting?
Absolutely. Vetting is an incredibly important part of the process. But, you know, the thing is, Lawrence, we really have to start, we think about how we recruit candidates. It really starts by being rooted in a strategy of how we win elections. What does it take to win an election? In this election, like many across the country, women voters matter greatly to a candidate's chance of success in a general election. And so when we think about the past behavior of a candidate, when we look at what they've done over the course of their career, we really want to be thinking about that in the context of what is it going to take to win this election? But at Emily's List, we've been doing that for years. We know how to recruit. It starts with that strategy to win. It includes that vetting process. And then it's also doing the work to set these candidates up for success. Again, not just relying on vibes to carry us.
So this reporting by Jonathan Chaitin, this is public information, but he reviewed some of the history of this in The Atlantic, and he quotes Morris Katz, who said this about meeting. He's basically helped to recruit Graham Platner. And he said this: within a few minutes of talking to him, I was like, this guy owes it to the country to run for Senate. What would you say to Morris Katz?
Well, again, we're living right now with the consequences, very severe electoral consequences of a reckless approach to recruitment. But beyond that, the other thing that we see, and we've seen throughout the past several months and in this cycle, is a really lazy assumption about what it looks like to connect with voters. This idea that it takes men with big burly beards to connect to working class voters, it's just wrong. And we have candidates, thousands of candidates all over the country every day that are demonstrating that and don't come with this disqualifying and problematic behavior.
Jessica Mackler, thank you very much for joining us tonight.